Hi there, Leos. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl. I'm looking at August 10 through August 16. And happy birthday to all of those lions celebrating their big day this week. I feel that Leos have really been in the news a lot. And unfortunately, for Halle Berry and Ben Affleck, it's because they're getting divorced. Venus, of course, is retrograde in your sign through September 6th. And it seems to have really made people realize that they shouldn't be married. We've had Miranda and Blake Shelton split. We've had Gwen and Gavin split. Halle Berry and Olivier Martinez. And, of course, we've had Ben and Jen, which was a huge shock to everybody. So I just think that Venus retrograde came along in the sign of passion and really blew everybody away and made people realize that they were with the wrong person, or that they were just simply living as brother and sister or as friends, and the passion had gone, which it often does after 10 years of marriage, or someone strayed. So, and I always think that when someone strays within a relationship, it's a cry for help, and that's a way of getting things out in the open and saying, you can blame me. I often think, especially when I see my clients about these things, that people stray for a reason, and it is a cry for help, and it is a cry for, I'm not happy, what are we doing? So, speaking of Venus retrograde, on Saturday, Venus retrograde has a meetup with the Leo sun for the only time this year. This inferior conjunction, when Venus is closest to Earth, will take us back to the past to resolve old issues. This Saturday could be the day when old flames or old debts show up on your radar, Leos. And that could be a double whammy, an old, flame that you owe money to, or vice versa, that they owe money to you. So that will be interesting. But before that, there's a new moon rising on Friday, August 14, in Leo, your new moon, and the start to your cosmic new year. This is when you can make resolutions for what you want to see happen over the next year until you turn another year younger. Because this Leo new moon is already closely tied to Venus, passions are running high, and there could be dramatic new developments in banking or in laws concerning marriage for same-sex couples. Now, we're going through that in the US, and I know everyone's going through that. A lot of people are getting married, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And then the icing on the cake for this week is that Jupiter bids your sign adieu. After a year, the planet of bigger is better and excess and abundance is moving out of your sign into Virgo, your second house of money, self-worth and self-esteem, and it won't be back for basically 25 years. So new beginnings are at the top of the agenda, with Jupiter moving its lucky charms into Virgo. While this shift is a promise of good times ahead for the Earth signs, especially Virgos, it's also where the largest planet in the solar system gets caught up in an energy that is confining, making it harder for us to see the big picture. On the other hand, Jupiter in Virgo is also a much-needed counterpoint in the 12-year Jupiter cycle, because it marks the time when we examine, analyze, and evaluate. The sharpest areas of focus during the Jupiter-Virgo cycle will be personal health and healthcare reform, human resources, and pets. So, Leo's, quite a week. There's a lot going on with your sign and around your sign. More about Jupiter affecting your second house of money and self-esteem next week. Be kind to yourself. Thanks for tuning in.